will be practicing important PYQs and practice question, okay, which have higher probability to come in this year's paper. Okay, whenever there is a question on the board, pause the video, attempt the question yourself, and then look at the solutions. There are 30 questions from reasoning, and then there are 50 questions from quant. This is CSAT Udan, right? This also has important PYQs with the formulas. You can revise your CSAT from this. Okay, you can download it freely from the official website also. Hello everyone, welcome to PW OnlyIAS. I hope all of you are doing great. Okay, so 25th ko we have our paper prelims. So before that, this is the final time for revision. Okay, so what we will be doing for CSAT is we will be practicing important PYQs and practice question, okay, which have higher probability to come in this year's paper. Okay, both from quant and reasoning. So today I have 80 odd questions which I will solve and try to explain the concept related जिसमें जरूरत होगी. Okay, so initially we will start with reasoning part and then we'll move to the quant part. Okay, the best way to make use of this video is to, whenever there is a question on the board, pause the video, attempt the question yourself, and then look at the solutions. Okay, all the most important questions which you have are here in this file. Chalo, theek hai, let's start with it then. We will start with the reasoning part. There are 30 questions from reasoning and then there are 50 questions from quant. So reasoning mein, this is one of the important questions. ठीक है, जैसे in this series, if you see, if you take the first difference, the first difference here is, this is 10, this is 24, this is 44, and this is 70. Now if you take the difference again, these types of series are called difference of different series. If you take the difference again, the difference is 14, the difference is 20, and what is this difference? 26. Again, if you take the difference, this is plus 6, this is plus 6. So now the third difference is coming out to be same. So we will follow the same pattern. Plus 6, this is plus 32. This will be plus 102. Okay. And if this is 102, x equals to 150 plus 102. So this is 252. X equals to 252. So if you find that a series is not confined in addition series, multiplication series, prime numbers based series, yeah, square of numbers series, okay? So uske baad you can do this. You can take the difference of difference and solve the question like this. Okay. Next, this is also very important because you have PYQs in 22, 23, 24 on the same pattern. So there are 20 characters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So what you have to do is divide them into equal parts. So we can divide them into 4 parts of 4 or parts of 5. So first try to use the larger part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now try to replace things from here. Let's say if I replace B, then A, then D, then C. Can I find any pattern? A, B, B, C, D, A, B, B, again B, B, C, D, फिर यहाँ पे D, D, and then C, C. No pattern. So this is not following any specific pattern. Again, if I use this B, A, C, and D, so you can see there is a specific pattern. A, B, B, C, D. A, B, B, C, D. Again, the same first and second are same. So no pattern. ठीक है, इसको भी हटा दो. You can remove this as well. Then A, C, D. A, C, D. Now here is a pattern. In the first part, you have a couple of A's. In the second part, you have couple of B's. In the third part, you have couple of C's, and in the fourth part, you have couple of D's. So this will be your answer. A, C, D. Right? So if you get such question, you can solve it like this. Next, in the expression 5 star 4 star 3 star 2 star 1, choose a star in star is chosen from plus, minus, and into, where you can use a sign at most 2 times. At most 2 times. Okay. So I have to replace these stars with these symbols. So what I have to do is I have to find something. This say I can reduce the value of this thing to the minimum possible value. So first of all, let me take the minus sign because I want the minimum value. So I have to reduce by 5 by 4. वही maximum है. If I reduce 5 by 3, I will be left with 2. If I reduce 5 by 2, I will be left with 3. When I reduce 5 by 4, I will be left with 4. Okay. What else can be done? Again, I want to reduce this value, right? Now I can't use the negative sign. At most, I can use a symbol only 2 times. So what I can do is, I can do this. Okay. Here, if you see, the value of this expression is 2 plus this is minus 7 or plus 7. So this is 0. So the value of this expression is 0. Okay. Chalo. Next. If every alternate letter of the English alphabet from B onwards, including B, is written in lowercase, basically what they are doing is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. यहाँ पे गड़बड़ किया मैंने कहीं पे M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Right? So this is the pattern. They have asked us to make this lowercase B, D, F, F. Right? Now they have asked you how to write July in this pattern. July. Okay. J is small, U is capital, L is small, and Y is. So this is your answer. So here, if you see, this is the answer. Okay. Option D is the answer for this question. Right. Let's move to the next question. This was based on coding decoding. Another question from coding decoding is this. Every time you have questions from coding decoding, try and have this thing on the paper in front of you. This will help you a lot, right? So in this question, it is given that GHI. What is G? 7. H? 8. And I is 9, right? Similarly, and this is coded as 1578. Similarly, DEF. 4, 5, 6 is coded as 912. Now, if you see 456, 912, there is a relation. 456 into 2 is 912. Similarly, this number is 789 into 2, which will give you 1578. So, similarly, if we want to find the code for ABC, what is ABC? ABC ki front positional value is 1, 2, 3. So if you multiply this by 2, you will get 246. So the answer should be 246. Okay? Right? Okay? Next, we have to see questions from clock. This is important. Okay? So here, one specific type of question is asked, jahan pe if the hour hand and the minute hand of the clock move without jerking, matlab there is a perfect clock. The clock shows a time between 8 and 9 o'clock. The two hands of the clock are one above the other. At this instant between 8 and 9, both the hands are at the same place. Okay. After how many minutes nearest integer will the two hands will be lying one above the other again? Matlab, what is the next time when both the hands will be together again? So as you know, our hand moves 0.5 degree in 1 minute and minute hand moves 6 degree in 1 minute. Relative gain of minute hand over hour hand is 5.5 degree. Now, the minute hand will use this relative gain per minute to cover what? From one instance when both the hands are at the same place and to the next instance when both the hands will be at the same place, the minute hand will overtake the hour hand by 360 degree. Okay? So 360 degree he has to cover by the speed of 5.5 degree per minute. So this comes out to be आप इसको अगर डिवाइड करोगे, इफ यू डिवाइड दिस 55 65 पॉइंट समथिंग, राइट, ठीक है, एंड वी नीड अ अप्रोक्सीमेट वैल्यू, सो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 65 इज द आंसर. Okay, so from one instance when both the hands of the clock are at the same position, and the next instant when both of the hands of the clocks will be at the same position will be this. Okay, next, between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. the minute hand of the clock will be ahead of the hour hand by 3 minutes at. So I have just told you 1 minute corresponds to 6 degree, so 3 minutes corresponds to 3 into 6 degree, which is 18 degree. Okay, so now the question becomes, okay, between 6 and 7 the minute hand of the clock will be ahead of the hour hand by 18 degree. Kab hoga ye? When is the time when this will happen, right? So when minute hand is ahead, the formula used is theta equals to 11 by 2m minus 30h. Okay, when our hand is ahead, to avoid the confusion use this formula. Okay, 30h minus 11 by 2m, whichever is ahead place the variable pehle usko, right? First use hour hand, when hour hand is ahead 30h minus 11 by 2m, when the minute hand is ahead use this. So here the question becomes 18 degree equals to 11 by 2, we have to find the minute when this happens, minus 30. Now when the time is between 6 and 7, so we take this initial r as rh. Okay, so this is this, right? 18 plus that is 180, okay, is equals to 11 by 2 m. This is nothing but 198 into 2 by 11, 11 1. Okay, so this is 36 minutes past 6, है ना? So the time will be 6:36 p.m. Okay, so you can remember these formula. अगर इस पे directly question you get, so you can solve it, right? So this is the second type of question that can be asked in clock. एक पहले मैंने बता दिया. Now next thing is this: how many times the hour hand and the minute hand coincide in the clock between 10 and 2 p.m. So from 10 every hour from 10 to 11 one time. So the minute hands coincide once every hour with an exception. Once every hour, exception. Exception, exactly one time at 12 between 11 and 1. Okay, so in total in 12 hours it happens 11 times, once every hour, and between 11 and 1 it happens only one, exactly at 12, right? So from 11 to 1 happens 1 times, and from 1 to 2 it happens again 1 times. So in total we have 3 times, right? So this is the answer for this question. Okay, similarly when the hands of the clock are opposite to each other, that happens once every hour, but there is also one exception there. What is the exception? Between 5 and 7 it exactly happens at 6. Okay, so there also opposite hands of the clock are opposite to each other 11 times in 12 hours. Okay, with an exception at 6 o'clock. Okay, next thing. Now here the wall clock moves 10 minutes fast in every 24 hours. The clock was set right to show the correct time at 8 a.m. Monday. 8 a.m. Monday. Okay, we have to go to, when the clock shows 6 p.m. on Wednesday, what is the correct time? Okay, 6 p.m. Wednesday. So basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 24 hours plus 24 hours, and then from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. we have 10 more hours. So basically we are moving ahead by how many hours? 48, 58 hours. Okay. Now 10 minutes fast in 24 hours. x minutes fast in 58 hours. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे 10 by x equals to 24 by 58, राइट? ये करोगे and you will find, so this is nothing but x equals to 580 by 24, which is nothing but 12 to 90, right? Again 145 by 6, again now divide this 20, where you are left with 25, 24 point something, right? Now remember this thing, incorrect time equals to correct time plus fastness if the clock is fast, and incorrect time equals to correct time minus slowness. So here the clock is fast. So what is happening is incorrect time, it is showing as 6 equals to correct time plus the fastness. Fastness is 24 minutes. Let's see. Okay. So from here correct time is nothing but 5:36. Right? Whenever a clock is moving fast, that means the correct time plus the fastness will give you the incorrect time, and whenever the clock is moving slowly, the incorrect time equals to correct time minus the slowness, right? तो उस वाले फॉर्मूले में आप प्लेस करो, and this is unitary method. If it is fast 10 minutes in 24 hours, it will be fast by how many minutes in 58 hours. So this is another question important from this clock, right? Next we have to move to calendar. ठीक है, सो कैलेंडर में इफ देयर वाज वेडनेसडे ऑन 28 नवंबर 2019, व्हाट इज ऑन 28 नवंबर 2067? so when we move from this to this, there are 48 years. ठीक है, in 48 years how many ordinary year कितने होंगे will be decided by how many leap years are there. How to find out the number of leap years? If the difference is 48 years, you have to divide it by 4. The quotient is the number of leap years. So number of leap years are 12. And what is the ordinary year left? 36. Now you know every ordinary year contributes one odd day. That means when you move ahead by an ordinary year, you move ahead by a day. If 2025 1st of this January is Monday, so 2026 1st of January will be Tuesday. Okay, so similarly every ordinary year will contribute one odd day, and every leap year will contribute 2 odd days. So total odd days equals to 36 plus 24, in total 60. So now remainder, when 60 is divided by 7, so we have to completely remove the complete week, है ना? So we will get a remainder of what? 4. Okay, so now Wednesday, this was Wednesday, so Wednesday plus 4, Wednesday plus 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So the answer will be Sunday. On 20th November 2067 we will have a Sunday. Clear? This is clear. You can expect such question in your paper, right? Okay, when one day is given on one date, they can ask you day on the another date. So look at the difference between the number of years. That's it. Next, let's see if 2nd and 4th Saturdays and all the Sundays are taken as only holidays for office, what would be the minimum number of possible working days? Minimum number of possible working days. Let's see, है ना? इसमें क्या करेंगे? We have to see the minimum number of days possible in a month. So February of a normal year, ordinary year, we have 28 days. Now you remove the 4 Sundays and 2 Saturdays. Okay, so you will be left with 22 working days. This is the minimum. The month having the minimum number of days is the February of an ordinary year. If we remove these 6 holidays from this, so we will get the 22 working days. So answer for this is 22. Okay, chalo, let's move to the next question. If today is Sunday, then what day is exactly on 10 to the power 10th day? Today is Sunday, that means first odd day is Sunday. First of all, this. Now we have to see how many odd days are there between the first and the 10 to the power 10th day. So what we have to do is we have to find the remainder when 10 to the power 10 is divided by 7. Okay, I will take questions from remainder also. Wahan pe bhi I will tell you how to find the remainder. But let's see here also. This is a good question. So when 10 is divided by 7, the remainder is 3. So we can write the remainder as 3 to the power 10 by 7. Now next is I can change this to 3 to the power 2 to the power 5 by 7. This changes to what? Remainder of 9 to the power 5 by 7. Now when 9 is divided by 7, I will get a remainder of 2. So this becomes 2 to the power 5 by 7. Now this changes to remainder of 32 by 7. Now when 32 is divided by 7, we get the remainder as 4. 4 odd days. Okay. So first odd day is Sunday, second is Monday, third is Tuesday. So fourth will be Wednesday. So the answer will be option A, Wednesday. Okay. Here the important thing to know is that the first day was Sunday and that day is included. We are not going from one date to the next day and we are not calculating the odd days for those days only. Here in 10 to the power 10, this is included. So in such questions, you have to take the first odd day as Sunday. Okay. Chalo. Next dekhte hain. Next is this. The calendar of the year 2025 is same for what? So leap year calendar repeats after 28 years. Okay, you can remember these facts. Okay, if the year is leap year plus 1, for example, if it is 24, it will be repeated after 2024 plus 28 years. If it is 2025, okay, it will be repeated after 6 years. If it is leap year plus 2 year, suppose 2026, it will be repeated after 11 years. Again, if the year is leap year plus 3 year, for an example, 2027, it will be repeated after 11 years. Okay. So here, what do we have? We have 2025. 2025 will be repeated after 6 years. So this will be 2031. Okay. Directly you can remember this. We have questions, PYQs based on this concept. Okay. Next thing we have to move to is the direction, right? Direction and distance questions. So let's see. A bank employee drives. What is happening? First of all, in each of the direction questions, you should have this, where this is the east direction, this is the west direction, this is the north direction, this is the south direction. So here a bank employee drives 10 kilometers south, 10 kilometers south from her house and turns to left. Now, when you are going downwards, this is the right, this is the left, this is the right and this is the left side. So turns left and drives 40. Now here this is the right, this is the left. For 40, then she turns to her right and drives for another 5. So sorry, I missed a turn, right? 10 ke baad she is taking left and moving 20. Left and moving 20. Now this is right, this is left. Again left and moving 40. Okay, now this is right, this is left. She is taking a right and moving 5. What else? This is now right, this is left. She again turns a right and drives 30. Okay, now if you see, this is 30, this is total 40 and this is 10 and this is 10. So these are in level, right? So what is the shortest distance between her bank and her house? Shortest distance. This distance is 20 and this distance is 5. So distance between the house and the bank is 20 plus 5, which is 25 kilometers. So our answer will be option B, 25. Okay. Next, this is one of the favorite question of UPSC for the last few years from direction and distance. They don't give you the initial direction. Okay. So what they do is a person walks 100 meters straight from his house. So if this is the house, yeah, I assume that this is the house and this is the front, straight 100. Then what, turns to left and walks 100 again, right? Again turns to left and walks 300. 300. Then turns to right and walks 100. To reach his office, in which direction does he walks initially from his house if his office is exactly in the northeast? So they have given you that this direction is the northeast. Conventionally, what you do is this. You consider this as east, this is west, this is north, this is south, and this is your northeast. So now what you have to do is rotate this 180 degree, right? So what you will get is this. Okay. Now this becomes northeast. Now both of these are aligned. So initially he moved in this direction. What is this direction? South. So the answer is option C, south. So last year also 2024 we had a question like this, right? So this is important. Please try and understand this question. Chalo. Let's move to the next thing. You can expect such question in sitting arrangement. So what they are saying is 4 children are sitting in a row. A is accompanying the seat next to B. So A is next to B. Possibilities are A, B is tarike se or like this. But not next to C. A is not next to C. Right? If C is not sitting next to D, C also does not sit next to D. So if I take the first iteration, A and B. So now we can't place C here. Okay, C should be on that side. C and D, if place D, this is a possibility. Right? In this, D is not with C and A is next to D. Okay, D, A, B, C. Another thing can be this. The another possible arrangement is B and A, and we can place D here, C here. Okay, there is no other possibility, right? If you see, all the conditions are satisfied. A and B are together. A is not next to C, D is not next to C. Right? Okay, so only B could have been next to C and C should have been at the corner. So now what the question is asking is, who is our accompanying seat adjacent to D? Adjacent to D is A. Adjacent to D is A. So answer is option B, A. Okay? Right? Let's move to the next question. So next question kya hai? In a group of 75 students, the number of boys is twice that of girls. So boys plus girls equals to 75 and number of boys equals to twice of girls. So if I place this here, I will get girls plus twice of girls equals to 75 or twice of girls plus girls equals to 75 and from this girls equals to 25. If I put this here, so I will get B equals to 50. Now what is the question asking you? The question is asking you, Rohan, a boy, is ranked, if this is the order, Rohan is ranked 20th from top. Okay, 20th from top. So people before Rohan is 19, 20 and 20. After Rohan, 55. If there are 8 girls ahead of Rohan, 8 girls, that means 11 boys. This is 1 boy. So there are, up to Rohan, there are 12 boys and 8 girls. 8 girls. Total girls are 25. So from the rest 55, okay, from the rest 55, the number of girls is 17 and the number of boys, we have 12 here. So this is 38. Okay, right? So now what is asked in the question? What is the number of boys in rank after him. So after Rohan, there are 38 boys. So answer will be this option D. Okay, okay. Keep going, right? Pause the video, attempt the question, and then look at the solutions. I will go at this pace so that ज़्यादा time waste भी ना हो and you are getting a good practice also. And these questions are important, I'm telling you. Okay, these questions keep repeating now and then. There are 7 poles A, B, C, D, E, F, G of different heights. Equal number of poles are taller or shorter than C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is C. Equal number of poles are shorter and taller than C. Neither pole D nor pole B is the tallest. So D can't be here and B can't be here. What else? Only pole F is shorter than E. That means E is here and only shorter is. Okay, pole A is not taller than C. That means this is here. Now D and B can't be here. So only possibility, the possibility of D and B is here. And the tallest will be G. It is left. G is left only, right? So G will be the tallest. That is asked. What is the tallest pole? So this is the answer for this. Okay, right? Let's move to the next question. A father is 9 times as old as his son. So father, if I represent father with F, this is 9 times older than son. And the mother is 8 times as old as the son. Mother is 8 times as old as the sum of the father and mother's age, F plus M, is given to you as 51. And this can also be written as 9 of S plus 8 of S, which is 17 of S. So from this equation, 17 of S equals to 51. So S equals to, what is asked, what is the age of the son? So age of the son is 3. Age of father is, okay. Chalo. So here we have the answer as, the answer as A, 3 years. Next question is from blood relations. So blood relation mein you should know what the basics, representation of different relations, एक family tree. So this is a good example from which you can understand that. देखो, there are 7 persons G, H, I, J, K, L, M. G is the father of K. G is the father of K. J is the father-in-law of I. Okay. Who is the wife of G? J is the father-in-law of I, who is the wife of G. Okay, so this is another relation, right? So इसी में I can place this. Okay, what else? M is the spouse of J. So M is here. M is the spouse, wife of J. L is the son of I. L is the son of I. Okay, L is the son of I. This is sibling relation represented by a horizontal line. G has only one son. If G has only one son, K is a female. I is the daughter of H. I is the daughter of H. Right? Who is the daughter of I? So daughter of I is K. Okay. So answer will be K here. Daughter of I will be K. Okay. Right? Let's move to the next question. Next question देखते हैं. In an examination, 80% of the student passed in English, 70% of the student passed in Hindi, and 50% failed in both the subjects. So, in Venn diagram, how to represent this? If this is the total space, let it be 100%. Okay. Now, this circle represent the people passed in English, and this represent people passed in Hindi. Okay, X, Y, and Z. So it is given to you x plus y equals to 80%, y plus z equals to given to you as 70%. 15% failed in both subjects. That means the people outside is 15%, right? So from this, I can say x plus y plus z equals to 100% minus that 15%, which will give me 85%. If I if I add these equations, these two equations, x plus y plus z, okay, x plus y plus z plus y equals to 150%, right? X plus y plus z is 85%. So 85% plus of y equals to 150%. So y equals to 65%. Y equals to 65%. This is 65%. This is 65%. This 65%. This represents 15%, and this will represent 5%. Now they have asked you what is the percentage of students who passed in only one subject, failed in only one subject. Failed in only one subject matlab passed in only one subject. So people who passed only in English are X. People who passed only in Hindi is Z. So they are asking X plus Z. So this will be 15 plus 5, 20%. Okay. So answer for this question will be 20%. Okay. Done. Chalo, let's move to the next question. Consider the following statements. What are the statements? Some men are great. Some men. So we have to make the Venn diagram. Some men are great. Some men are wise. Some men are wise. Okay. So this is the possibility. What else? What is the possibility? I can divide these number of men's into only wise, because some men are wise, and only some men are great. So there are multiple possibility of the Venn diagram. Now look at the conclusions. Men are either great or wise. No. Men can be greater, men can be wise. Some men are not great and nor wise, right? So for this statement to be true, it should be true in each and every situation. But in the first case, I am getting that this is not possible. Some men are neither great nor wise. In the second possibility, if you see, all the men can be divided into wise and great, right? No man is outside my wise and great. So this is also not true 100% of the time. So this conclusion cannot be drawn. So neither of the conclusion is true. Okay? Right? Chalo, next. Let's see. Another Venn diagram problem. None but students are members of the club. So ये statement का मतलब क्या होता है? None but students are the members of the club. That means all the members of the club fall under, suppose this is the students part. Okay. So all the members of the club, none but students are the members of the club. Some members of the club are married. Some members of the club are married. Okay. And all the married persons are invited for dance. All the married persons are invited for dance. Right. Now look at the conclusions. All students are invited for dance. No, these students are not invited for dance. So this is wrong. Okay, sorry, this is wrong. Second, all married students are invited for dance. See, there are sub club members who are married, and all the club members are students. So these many will be invited for dance. Okay, so all the married students, the intersection between the married and the students will be included in the dance itself. So ये वाला conclusion सही है. All the members who are students and are married are invited for dance. So that statement is correct. So second conclusion is correct. So we can answer that question like this. Next, let's see. This is a puzzle based question. Two men, Anil and David, and two women, Shabnam and Rekha. Okay? Anil, David, Shabnam, Rekha. So there are characteristics based on which we have to solve this question. What are the characteristics? First of all, two of them speak Tamil. Okay? And two of them speak Marathi. Also, it is given to you that only one man and one woman can drive a car. Okay? Men, women. Okay? Okay. Right. Shabnam speaks Marathi. So Shabnam speaks Marathi. What else? Anil speaks Tamil. Anil speaks Tamil. Okay. Both Rekha and David can drive. Both Rekha and David can drive. Okay. Which of the following statement is true? Both the Tamil speakers can drive. Now we are left with one Tamil and one Marathi speaker, and both drive, right? So this is wrong. Both the Tamil speakers cannot drive. Both the Marathi speakers can drive. Again, wrong. Both of those who can drive a car speak Marathi. Again, wrong. One of those who can drive a car speaks Tamil. This is for sure. We don't know which one, but we know one will speak Tamil because there are two people speaking Tamil. One is Anil, he doesn't drive, so the other person has to drive, right? इसी तरीके से हम we can get to the conclusion. So this is puzzle based question. You have to solve these question like this, है ना? टेबल बना के आराम से solve करना है, right? Let's move to the next question. All these are important PYQs, ठीक है? In 5 flats, one above the other, 5 professionals live, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The professor has to go up to meet his IS friend. That means IS lives above the professor. And these are friends. Okay. The doctor is equally friendly to all and has to go up as frequently as down. मतलब doctor lives in the middle. ठीक है. उसके बाद the engineer has to go up to meet his MLA friend above whose flat lives the professor's friend. मतलब MLA के above lives the professor's friend. So this is the possibility MLA, IAS, and we don't know about the professor and the engineer. Final position we don't know, but we know this is the order, right? So from ground to top, the order is given. At the top, who is there? IS. So this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. This is the possibility. So we will choose this option. Option D will choose, right? Okay. Chalo, let's move to the next thing. Another important topic, cubes and dice. Here they have asked you how many cuts you need to make 64 identical cubes. So first of all, 64 identical cubes कैसे बनेंगे? You have to make a cube like this. Okay, 64, that means half and half. Again, half and half, half and half, and half and half. Now, this again, right? Now look at this. There are 64 cubes. They have asked you how many cuts you will need. So the number of cuts will be, see, these 3 cuts. This is 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cut. Again, another type of cut is this cut. Vertical cuts, but perpendicular to each other. 6 cuts are done. Now we have these cuts also. Horizontal cuts. Just think of a butter cube and slicing it into smaller 64 cubes. How many cuts you will need? So you will need 9 cuts. Okay, you will need 9 cuts to make smaller 64 cubes from a bigger cube. Now, in this question, first of all, remember what is n. Suppose there are 4 into 4 into 4 cube is painted completely in red and sliced parallel to the face to yield a smaller this. Okay? So total number of cubes is equals to n cube, which is here 4 ka cube, which is 64. Based on this, there are 4 formulas, right? Abhi explain karne ka itna time nahi hai, but you need to remember these. So 3 side painted all the corners, 8 fixed, right? 2 side painted cubes, middle edge pieces. Okay, these are given by 12 edges n minus 2 by removing the 2 corners, right? One side painted all the middle face pieces. These are given by 6 faces are there on each face, n minus 2 ka square cubes. Where no colored, 0 side painted These are internal cubes. Internal cubes. These are given by n minus 2 ka cube. So in this case, they are asking you, first of all, there are 64 cubes, which is n cubes. So n equals to 4. Now they have asked you, how many small cubes do not have painted face? So how many cubes don't have painted face? N minus 2 ka cube. That will give you 4 minus 2 cube. This is 2 cube. 8. Right? So the answer for this is 8. Okay? Chalo. There are 2 more questions and then we'll move to the next part, which is quant. So here the question is asking you, how many colors do you need so that there are no same color adjacent to each other? If I use first color here, right? And if this is 1, I have to use a different color here. Now, because this whole layer is 2, I can use 1 again. So I will use 1 again, 1, 1, 1. But I will need a new color here, 3, 3, 3. Again, I can't use 1 and 3. So I will use 2. Again, I will use 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So you can see there are no 2 places where the same color is next to each other. So we will need 3 such colors. Okay? Right? Next question. Count the triangles in the given pattern. So first of all, we will do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M and N. A, B, C, D. This is O, right? 1 left. Okay. So I am not naming the initial smaller triangles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So these are 16, right? Now there will be triangles formed from 4 triangles. So those are how many? I will have A, D, E. Then I will have B, F, H. Then I will have C, G, I. Then I'll move down. So I will get D, J, L. Then I will get O, K, M. Then E, L, N. And 1 is left. This C, D, D, L, E. D, L, E. So how many are there? 7. We move to bigger triangles having these dimensions A, F, I. See, A, F, I. Okay, A, F, I. Another such triangle can be B, J, L. Then has C, K, N. Right? So there are 3 such. And plus 1 the most largest possible A, J, N. 1, which is A, J, N. So if you do the total, there are how many? 27. Okay. So these are the important questions from reasoning, right? We are done with the reasoning. Next part, we will start with the quant section. Okay. Anytime if you have any doubt in CSAT regarding reading comprehension, quant and reasoning, you can reach out to me here in this Telegram channel. Also, if you find there are doubts in the today's lecture also, you can approach me here on this channel. Okay. Next, we start with the quant section. Let's continue, right? So, quant में बेसिक्स से स्टार्ट करते हैं. सो जैसे ये क्वेश्चन है, दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन even and odd का concept. So how do even and odd interact? So even plus even will give you an even number, even plus odd will give you an odd number, right? And odd plus odd will give you a even number. So these 3 are important for this question. Now what is given? 3 of the 5 are even, 3 are even and 2 are odd. Okay. What is the final thing? जैसे कि यहाँ पे the first expression is P plus Q plus R plus P plus Q plus R minus S minus T, right? Any interaction between even and even will give you odd, plus हो या minus हो, ठीक है? Right? So if I assume this is even, this is odd, this will become odd. This is even, this is odd, this will become odd. This odd and odd will become even, and last thing will left is even. So this will become even. So this will be definitely even. Every time you can take several examples. You can take any number of integers. You will get that this is even. but not in this case. This is saying this is odd. What if I say R is odd, R is odd, S is odd? So this whole thing becomes even, this whole thing becomes even, this is even, even, even. So whole things can become even. Sometimes it can be odd, but there is a possibility when I can make this expression as even. So this is not true in all the cases. So the answer for this question will be this, option A. Only one is correct, right? Next thing we have to see is this. What is the difference between the place value of 2 and the face value of 8 in this? So what are the face value? Face value of the digits are simply 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. What are the place value? Place value depends on the place of the digit in the number. So here place values of 4 is equals to 4 into 1, which is 4. Of 8 equals to 8 into 10, because it is at 10's place. So 80. Next 4. 4 into 100. This is 400. And of 2, 2 into 1000. This is 2000. If you add these all, you will get the same number. So now what is asked is, what is the difference between the place value of 2, 2000, and the face value of 8? Face value of 8 is 8 only. So this is 1992. Okay, so the answer is option B, 1992. Right? Let's see the next thing. This is based on numbers. So numbers, suppose the number AB. Number AB can be written as 10 of A plus B, where A and B are digits. Digits are from 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are digits. For example, if 45 can be written as 4, 10 into 4 plus 5. Okay, right? Similarly, a number ABC can be written as 100 into A plus 10 into B plus C. So with the same concept, I can write X as X. Okay, I can write this 1x, the number 1x, as 1 into 10 plus x, where I can write x plus 10 plus x plus 20 plus x plus 10x plus 3 plus 10x plus 1 equals to 210 plus x. Okay, so if I count x here, 1, 2, 3, 13, 23, 23x plus 30, 33, 34, 34 equals to 210 plus x. This becomes 22x equals to, if I remove 10 here and 24, this is 176. So x equals to 8 times 8 is x. X is 8. So our answer is option D. If you do this, look at this. 8 plus 18 plus 28 plus 83 plus 81. You will get 218. You can check it. Right? So you can solve these questions like this. Remember this thing. AB can be represented as this and ABC can be represented as this. Let's look at the next question. Similar question hai, if a double digit number, suppose the double digit number is XY, or I can write, let the double digit number be AB. The digit at the units place is thrice more. Digit at the units place, which is B, is thrice more than the. Okay, so this is nothing but B equals to 4 of A. Thrice more than the original value, right? So that means A plus 3 of A. So B equals to 4A. The digit at the tens place. If the product of the original number, which is AB, which can be written as 10A plus B, product of this number and the sum of the digits A plus B is given as 70. B can be written as 4A. So 10 of A plus 4 of A into A plus 4 of A equals to 70. This is nothing but 14 of A into 5 of A equals to 70. For 5 14s are 70. So 1. A square equals to 1. So A equals to 1. This will give you B as 4. So the original number is 14. AB, the original number is nothing but 14. Right? Okay. So if you do 14 into sum of the digit, which is 5, 14 into 5 will lead to 70. So this is the way to solve such questions. Okay. This is also one of the important questions. Next, let's move to the next thing. यहाँ पे let x be a positive integer such that 7x plus 96 is divisible. 7x plus 96 is divisible by x. That means now 7x is completely divisible by x. If 96 is divisible by x, that means x is a factor of 96. Now how to find the factors of 96? So 96 in standard form can be written as 2 to the power 5 into 3 to the power 1. Okay, this is the standard form. Any number which can be represented as a की power x into b की power y into c की power z, total number of factors are given by x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z plus 1. Okay, this is the formula. So in this case, total factors of 96 equals to 5 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, which is 6 into 2. There are 12 factors, 12 possible values of x. So there is the answer. C is the answer. ठीक है. So अगर factors के ऊपर you get a question, तो remember this formula how to calculate the total number of factors. Okay. इसी में if they ask you what is the sum of the total factors, तो sum of the total factors is written as 2 to the power 5 है ना. Sum of factors will be 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 5 into 3 to the power 1. So 3 to the power 0, 3 to the power 1. You can calculate this. So this is how you find the total sum of the factors also. Next thing is this. How many number of zeros are there at the end of the following product? So first of all, understand the number of zeros depends on 110 is made by 2 into 5. Okay. So for every 0, we need 1, 2 and 1, 5. So which one is the limiting term? That will decide how many zeros will be there. So let's find out how many 2's are there. So this can be written as 2 into 11. Right. Here we can find a 5 into 3. Here we can find 5 into 5 into 5. This is nothing but 2 into 2 into 11. This is 7 into 5. So how many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3. How many 5's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Limiting are the 2's. Okay. So number of zeros equals to 3. Right. So in this expression, the number of zeros will be 3. Okay. Next, let's look at the next thing. For any choice of value of x, y, z, that 6-digit number of the form x, y, z is divisible by. First of all, divisibility mein you know the basic divisibility rule. You can revise this. Uske baad you need to remember 111 is nothing but 1001 into 111. Right. So this number is nothing but 7 into 11 into 13. And this is nothing but 3 into 37. So you should remember any number of the form a 6 times is divisible by 7, 11, 13, 3 and 37. So you have to remember this. Right. So the number xyz can be written as xyz 000, right, plus xyz ठीक है, this is the same thing. So if I write now xyz into 1000 plus xyz, if I take xyz common, xyz into 1001, now 1001 can be written as xyz into 7 into 11 into 13. So this number is divisible by 7, 11 and 13. So D is the answer for this question. Apart from the common rules, जैसे 3 का rule is the sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. Similarly, you should remember this condition. Any number of the form a is divisible by 3, 7, 11, 13 and 37. Okay, next. What is the unit digit in the expansion of this? So in the unit digit in the expansion of this may we have to focus on this only. So 2 to the power 9 into 7 into 5 into 3 into 1. Now 2 to the power 1 is unit digit की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. I am talking about the unit digit only. So unit digit is 2. 2 to the power 2. Unit digit is 4. 2 to the power 3. Unit digit is 8. And 2 to the power 4. Unit digit is 6. 2 to the power 5. Again, the unit digit is 2. So it repeats after 4. Right? So for the power also, we have to find the remainder when this thing is divided by 4. So remainder when 9 into 7 into 5 into 3 into 1 is divided by 4. In remainder also, when you divide this multiplication by 4, you can individually calculate the remainder and the remainder remains same. So remainder of this is nothing but 1 into 3 into 1 into 3 into 1 by 4. So this problem becomes remainder of 9 by 4 and the remainder is 1. So this problem now translates to 2 to the power 1. The unit digit of this will be 2. Okay, so the unit digit for this big looking question is 2 only. Right? Next. Again, ठीक है, cyclicity कैसे check करते हैं? How to check the cyclicity? 3 to the power 1 is 3. 3 to the power 2 is 9. ठीक है, 3 to the power 3 is 27. 3 to the power 4 is 81. 3 to the power 5 is again 3. Right? So the unit digit repeats after 4, similar to 2 itself. Whenever you divide a number by 10, what is the remainder? Suppose you divide 54, you have to find the remainder when 54 is divided by 10, you will get 4. What is the remainder when 62 is divided by 10? You get the remainder as 2. So whenever you divide a number by 10, the remainder is the units digit. Okay. Now how to calculate the unit digit of 3 to the power 2, 0, 19? We have to find the remainder when 2019 is divided by 4. How to check the remainder when a number is divided by 4? Just find the remainder of the last 2 digits. So 19 divided by 4 will give you a remainder of 3. So this problem now translates to 3 to the power 3, which is 27. So the unit digit is, the unit digit here will be 7. Okay, these are all important problems. Number system is one of the most important topics, right? And these types of questions keep repeating every year. So please solve these questions very carefully in the exam also. Now, what is the remainder when 3 to the power 172 is divided by 2? Remainder when 3 to the power 172 is divided by 2, we can find the individual remainder and multiply them 172 times. So the remainder when 3 is divided by 2 is 1. Okay, 172. So this becomes remainder of 1 by 2. So from this, remainder when 1 is divided by 2 is, remainder when 1 is divided by 2 is 1. Okay, okay. So this is the solution. Next, what is the remainder when this multiplication is divided by 32? Now, if a multiplication is completely divisible by a number, then the remainder will be 0. So in this case, you see this can be written as 8 into 11 and this can be written as 4 into 7. If I combine 8 and 32, so this whole thing will give you a multiple of 32. The whole thing is divisible by 32. So the remainder will be what? The remainder will be 0 in this case. When the number, the multiplication is completely divisible by 32, then the remainder is 0. Next, another important question is this. What is the remainder when 2 to the power 192 is divided by 6? Another way to find the remainder is when 2 to the power 1 is divided by 6, remainder is 2. When 2 to the power 2 is divided by 6, remainder is 4. When 2 to the power 3 is divided by 6, the remainder is 8 by 6 ka remainder 2. When 2 to the power 4 is divided by 6, the remainder is 4. So, whenever the power is odd, the remainder is 2. The power is even, the remainder is this. So, when you divide 2 to the power 192 by 6, the remainder will be 4. Okay? So, you can follow a pattern also to find the remainder, right? Chalo, next. What is the next question? Here ABC into DEED equals to ABC. Just now we solved a problem where we can write this number as ABC into 1001. And this is nothing but ABC given to us as DEED, right? I told you how to write this number as this. Hai na? We just solved a problem where XYZ was divisible by which number we had to calculate, right? So here similarly, if you compare D equals to 1 and E equals to 0. Okay, so D equals to 1, E equals to 0. Option C is your answer, right? Next we have LCM and HCF. LCM and HCF may the main thing is for you to know when to calculate the LCM and when to calculate the HCF. So each of the problems where you have to find the multiple, as in the common time when they will reach at a point, the common time that when they will go to a club maybe, right? A common time of change of signals. When you are talking about a common time, common thing, right? Then you have to calculate the LCM. Here on Ashok Mark, 3 consecutive traffic lights change after 36, 42, 72 seconds respectively. If the lights first switch on at 9 a.m., at what time will they change simultaneously together? So here we have to calculate the LCM of these times. 36, 42, 72. Right? 36 is 6 into 6. 36 can be written as 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 2. 9 4 is 36. 42. Right? 2, 3, 7. 72. 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2. How to calculate the LCM? LCM may we have to take all the factors 2, 3 and 7 and their maximum powers. So maximum power of 2 is 3. Maximum power of 3 is 2 and this is 1. So this is 8 into 9 into 7. 72 into 7. 504 seconds, which is when I divide it by 60, so I will get 8 minutes 24 seconds. Okay, plus this with the 9 a.m. So with this you will get 9:08:24. After 8 minutes and 24 seconds, they will change simultaneously. Here we were talking about a common time. The next type of problem which you can face is this. When you have to divide something into smaller parts but equal parts. So that will be the common factor of each of the 3 things. Here we have to find the HCF of these things. What will be the least possible? That means least possible for this long pole to be divided into smaller poles with the least number. That means we have to find the factor which is the highest factor, matlab HCF. Okay. So if 3 pieces of timber 42, 49 and 63 have to be divided into planks of the same length, right? So yahan pe 42 3 to the power 1 into 7 to the power 1, then 49 is 7 to the power 2, then 63 9 sevens are right. So HCF of these is, what is the common thing among all the 3? 7 to the power 1, right? 7 to the power 1. What is the least number of planks? So least number of planks. Now you will divide the long plank of 42 meters by 7, then 49 by 7, then 63 by 7. From the first you will get 6 planks, from the second 7 and from this third 9. 22. So there will be 22. So C is the answer for this question. Got it? Okay. Next is another question which can be asked. जैसे कि if you have two straight sticks of length 7.5 feet and 3.24 feet, which is this is 15 by 2. Okay, this is 3 plus 1 by 4, 13 by 2. Right? What is the minimum length you can measure? So minimum length you can measure is the HCF of 15 by 2 and 13 by 2. Now, what is the HCF of the fractions? So this is nothing but HCF of the numerator, which is 15 and 13, and LCM of the denominators. This is 4. This is not 2, this is 4. So LCM of the denominator 2 and 4. What is the HCF of 15 and 13? 13 is a prime number, so HCF will be 1. And what is the LCM of lowest common multiple of 2 and 4? 4. So this is nothing but 0.25. So this is the minimum length you can measure. Okay. So you can expect such questions from HCF and LCM. Another question that can be asked is this. What is the least 4-digit number? You must have seen such questions. What is the least 4-digit number which when divided by 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves the remainder 2? Now, if the number leaves the remainder 2, so the number which is divisible by these numbers can be 10, 10 or 1020 or 1120 or 1220. Now, we have subtracted the remainder. So these numbers should be divisible by 3, 4, 5, 6. This number not divisible by 3, not divisible by 3, not divisible by 3. So only this is the possibility. Only 1022 is divisible by all these numbers and leave the remainder as 2. Okay? So sometimes instead of making the problem complex, you can solve by options also. So this is also a good method in such questions. Okay? Next, let's see the next question. So whenever a polynomial is divisible by this, that means when this polynomial, this factor is equated to 0, this value x equals to -1 will make this polynomial 0. F of -1 equals to 0. Sorry. F of -1 equals to 0. What does it mean? When I put -1 in place of x, -4, -1 to the power 51 plus k, this will become 0. Okay. So this is what? -1 to the power even. So this is +1, -4, this is -1 plus k equals to 0. So this is nothing but 1 plus 4 plus k equals to 0. K equals to -5. So here the value of k is -5. Okay. So this is one type of question that can be asked. Another type of question is this. There are some nectar-filled flowers on a tree and some bees are hovering on it. If one bee lands on each flower, one bee will be left. One bee lands off each flower, then one bee will be left. That means number of bees equals to one more than the flower. This is the first equation. Okay. Second equation is if two bees land on each flower, one flower will be left. Okay. So, agar number of bees by 2, right? Itne flowers hai, +1 equals to the total number of flowers, right? If there are 2 bees on each of the flowers, then this is the number of flowers and one flower was left. So total number of flower is b by 2 plus 1. Now we have two equations. Okay? So we have to solve this and find the number of bees and option से भी कर सकता हूं मैं इसको, but we have to solve this. So ऐसे कर लेते हैं. तो b equals to f minus 1 into 2, which is 2f minus 2. So if I equate this, because b and b are same, f plus 1, f equals to 3. If f equals to 3, b equals to, okay? So f equals to 3 and b equals to 4. So this is the type of linear equation you can get. Okay? Chalo. Next is a question from average. The average contribution of 5 men to fund a fund is 35. The sixth man joins and contributes 35 more than the resultant average. Let the resultant average be 6. Oh, sorry, X. So when you divide the total contribution by 6, this will give you the new average. Initial contribution of the 5 men was 5 into 35. Then additionally, the sixth man contributed average plus 35. Okay. 35 more than the resultant. So this is the equation. Find the total contribution of 6 people. We have to first calculate the X. So this is nothing but 150, 175 plus X plus equals to 6X. So this comes 5X equals to 210. So X equals to 40. X equals to 42 aega. Now X equals to 42. That means the total contribution was 5 into 35 plus 42, or I can directly write 6 into X, total contribution. This value is equals to 6X. Total contribution is equal to 6X. So this will be 6 into 42. 6 2s are 12. 2, 1 carry over 252. Okay, so total contribution by all the 6 men was 252. So you can expect such questions. Next, the average marks of 100 students are given to be 40. It was found later that marks of one student were 53, which were misread as 83. The correct mean marks are. So initially, if the average was 40, so 40 into the number of students. This is the total number of marks, right? ठीक है, और इसी का एवरेज लिया था, मतलब 100 किया था, तो we got the average. Now what is done is we have to eliminate the wrong entry. We have to eliminate the wrong entry and add the correct entry. This is the correct average. If you do this, right, so you will get new average will be 39.7. Okay, because the entry which was counted was higher than the correct entry, so average will reduce. Okay, so 40 se kam do hi possibility 39.7, so you will get the answer as 39.7. Next, a student has to get 40% marks to pass in an examination. Suppose he gets 30 marks and fail by 30 marks. So if the total marks, 40% marks in the examination, total marks as T. Okay, so 40% of T is equals to he got 30 and failed by 30, right? So this is the passing marks. So this is nothing but 0.4 T equals to 60. So what is T? T equals to 60 into 10 by 4. 600 by 4 is 150. So the total marks of the paper are 150. Simple है, ज़्यादा कोई rocket science है इसमें. Simply they have given you the total marks. 40% is given to you as 60. So you have to calculate the total marks. You can easily calculate that. Another percentage question which was asked this year, 2024. A number is mistakenly divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4. Okay, if this is the number, the operation that needed to be done was instead of multiplying, correct thing was 4x, incorrect thing was x by 4. What is the percentage change in the result due to this mistake? So you will compare with what? You will compare with the correct thing, okay, how much incorrect I got, right? So required percentage change is equals to my correct value minus incorrect value compared to the correct value into 100%. What is this? X gets eliminated. So 4 minus 1 by 4 is 16 minus 1, 15 by 4, 15 by 16 into 100. So this is 1500 by 16%. करना है इसको, कैलकुलेट करना है. चलो वैसे कर लेते, 750 by 8. और कर लो. So this will be nothing but 93.75%. Right, so the change is 93.75%. from the correct value. Okay, next thing. Now, whenever percentages and ratios questions are there, if the final answer is based on percentage or ratio, okay, individual number is not given and the answers are in percentages and ratios, then you can start by assuming something as 100. If the final answer is in terms of numbers, suppose the population of a city or directly percentage and ratio mein they are not dealing, they are giving you a number, then use 100x. ठीक है, नहीं तो 100 से काम चल जाएगा. Such in this case, P salary is 20% lower than Q. Q salary is 20% lower than R. So if R salary is 100, Q salary is 20% lower than this. That means Q.8, which is 80. P salary is 20% less than Q, which is 80 into 0.8, which is 64. Now what we need to compare, by how much percent R salary is more than P salary. So we have to compare our salary with respect to P. So required percentage equals to R minus P by P into 100%. So this is nothing but 100 minus 64 by 64 into 100. What is this? 36 by 64 into 4 से कर लो, 4 9s and 4 1 6. ठीक है, so this is 900 by 16%. और करोगे तो 450 by 8, और करोगे तो 225 by 4. Now or if you divide this, 4 5s are 20, 4 6s are 24.25%, 56.25%. 56.25%. Option B is the answer for this question. Okay, next is time and work. So P and Q alone can do a work in 10 days and 15 days respectively. Okay, individual efficiency is given to you. So how to solve this? P and Q alone can do a work. If I see this is P, this is Q, if I talk about their efficiencies, okay, this is the days, number of days they take, and this is the total work. The individual days are 10 and 15. What is the LCM of 10 and 15? 30. So I can take 30 units of total work, 30 units and 30 units. So in a day they will do 3 units and 2 units. So this is the efficiency days and the total work. I can assume these things. Okay, they start the work together, but after 4 days, so they start the work together. Matlab each of these were contributing 3 and 2 units for 4 days. Let the total days will be D. So D minus 4 is the remaining days. D minus 4 days. P left the work and the remaining work were completed by Q. So Q does 2 units in a day and this complete thing is 30 units. Okay. So initially 4 days pe dono were working. So 5 into 4 is 20 plus D minus 4 into 2 equals to 30. From here D minus 4 into 2 equals to 10. So D minus 4 equals to 5. D equals to 9 days. Total work will be completed in 9 days. So the answer is B. Option B, 9 days. Okay. Next thing. A person had to cover a distance of 119 kilometers. However, he started 6 minutes late and increased the speed by 1 kilometer per hour to reach on time. Okay. So basically, what they are saying is the difference between the times is 6 minutes. So initially, the time would have been 119 by suppose the speed was x. If you reduce this 119 by, you increase the speed by 1. Okay. So this is the new time. The difference between these, this is into kilometer per hour, right? So we have to do this in, the difference between this is 6 by 60 hours. Okay. The difference is given as 6 minutes. So this is the equation. Okay. Now we have to solve it. So यहाँ पे if I take 119 common, LCM लूंगा x plus 1 minus x, so this will be 1 upon x into x plus 1 is equals to 1 by 10. Okay. Now x into x plus 1 is a quadratic equation. What you can do is you can try to solve this. या फिर what you can do is if I see 7 into 1, 17, right? So this can also be written as 34, 17 into 2 into 35. From this comparison, if I see x equals to 34 kilometer per hour. Okay. So find the speed at which he traveled during the journey to reach on time. So he traveled at x plus 1. So x plus 1 is 35, right? So, okay. Chalo. Next. The speed of the car for the first hour of the journey is 60 if the average speed of the entire journey is 70. So what is the average speed? Suppose average speed when the distance is same. Suppose the distance initially was d, finally was d. Initially the speed is a, so d by a plus d by b. So total distance upon total time equals to the average speed. So this is nothing but 2 of d upon, if I take d common, so this is 1 by a plus 1 by b. Okay, d and d can get cancelled if I take the LCM. So this will become 2 of AB upon A plus B. This is the average speed, right? So this average speed is given to you as 70. One of the speed is, let it be A, other is given to you as 60. So this is A plus. Okay. So this is nothing but 70 A plus 7 6 are 42 4200 equals to 120 A. So 50 of A equals to 4200, right? This is gone. A equals to 84 kilometer per hour. The speed which we need to calculate is 84 kilometer per hour. Okay, chalo. Next is based on the concept of relative speed. So two cars start towards each other from two places A and B, which are at a distance of 160 kilometer. They start at the same time at this time. If the speed of the cars is 50 and 30, at what time they will meet each other? Okay? If you are trying to chase someone, it will take you more time, and someone is running towards you, it will take less time, right? This is because of the relative speed. So when two persons are running in the same direction, the relative speed is equals to higher speed minus lower speed. When two persons are running towards each other, then the relative speed is the sum of their velocities. In this case, both the cars are running towards each other. Okay? So relative speed equals to 50 plus 30, which is 80 kilometers per hour. Now, by this relative speed, they have to cover how much distance? 160. Time equals to distance to be covered by relative speed upon relative speed. So this is nothing but 160 upon 80. This is kilometer per hour. So this will be nothing but 2 hours. After 2 hours, they will meet. The initial time was 8:10. So 8:10 plus 2 hours. It will give you 10:10. So they will meet at 10:10. So the answer is option A. Option A is the answer for this question. Right? Next. Same thing, relative speed per dependent question. A train 100-meter long is running at 95 kilometer per hour. How much time it will take to pass a man? Now a man has no dimension, right? We can consider it as a point, but running point, right? So here the relative speed will be, now both are going in the same direction. That means 95 minus 5, which is 90 kilometers per hour. Now 1 kilometer per hour is nothing but 5 by 18 meter per second. Why to do this? Because the length of the train is given in meters. So let's convert this to 5 by 18 meter per second. So this is nothing but 25 meter per second. Okay. So time to overtake is equals to length of the train upon the relative speed, which is 100 meter upon 25 meter per second. So this is 4 seconds. The time to overtake will be 4 seconds. Okay. Next, downstream and upstream. So downstream speed is nothing but the speed of the boat plus speed of the stream. Upstream speed is nothing but speed of the boat minus speed of the stream. Okay, when you are moving with the current of the river, it is easier, and when you try to swim against the current, it is difficult. Okay, so in this case, the boat travels 72 kilometers downstream in 4 hours. मतलब B plus S downstream speed into 4 equals to 72. 48 kilometers upstream in 6 hours. That means B minus S upstream speed into what is the time given to you? 6 equals to 48. Right? This is the equation. From this, I can say B plus S equals to 12. Sorry. 18. Okay? And B minus S equal to, right? If I add these, 2 of B equals to 26. So B equals to 13. S equals to 5. B equals to 13, S equals to 5. What is the speed of the current? 5. Easy hai? Simple question, simple concept. Right? Chalo. We'll move to the next thing. Now, here I always tell you that marked price is connected with the selling price by discount. Okay? And the selling price is connected with the cost price based on profit percent, discount percent. Right? This is the main connection. So here a person allows a 10% discount for cash payment from the marked price. So marked price here is given to you as 770. 10% discount, right? 10% discount is applied to this. That means 770 into 0.9, 0.9, right? So that will be, selling price will be 693. Okay. Selling price equals to marked price into 1 minus discount by 100. Okay. So marked price is 770 into 1 minus 10 by 100. If you solve this, you will get 693. Okay. So selling price is 693. Allows 10% discount on the mark price of the toy, and still he makes a 10% gain. Still the profit is 10%. Profit is 10%. That means selling price equals to cost price plus 10% of cost price. That means 1.1 into cost price. Okay. So what is the cost price? Selling price. Selling price is 693. And this is 11 by 10 into cost price. So cost price will be 6930 by 11. Now 63. Cost price is 630. Cost price is 630 in this case. Okay. Chalo. We'll move to the next. Next is this. The monthly income of X and Y are in the ratio of this. Whenever you get a question on ratios, mostly by proportion, try to do this. So income, right? So 4 of A is to 3 of A. And their expenses are in the ratio of this. Matlab 3 of B is to 2 of B. However, each of them saves 6,000 per month. Okay? So if the income of the first person was 4A, his expenditure was 3B, he used to save 6,000. This is the first thing. Second, the income of the second person is 3 of A, his expenses are 2 of B, and this is nothing but 6,000. Right? Done? Okay. Now, what you can do is try to equate these, right? अगर मैं दोनों equation को equate कर दूं, both are 6,000. तो 4 of A minus 3 of B equals to 3 of A minus 2 of B. The A of A will come here, so A equals to B हो गया. Now A equals to B, if I put in this, A equals to B, if I put in this, so 3 of A minus 2 of A equals to 6,000. So A equals to 6,000 and B equals to 6,000. Now I have the value of A and B, proportionality constant I have. Now if I have the proportionality constant, what is the total income? Total income is 4 of A plus 3 of A, which is 7 of A, which is 7 into 6,000. 7 6 are 42. 42,000 is the total income. 42,000. Okay, so you can solve such questions by this. Right? Let's move to the next question. Okay, I know I want to cover maximum number of questions in short duration. Isliye I am going quickly. What you have to do is wait, pause the video, attempt the question, and then look at the solutions. Right? So in an objective type question of 90 questions, 5 marks are allotted for every correct question and 2 marks are deducted for every wrong answer after attempting all the 90 questions. That means correct plus incorrect questions equals to 90. For every correct question, for every correct answer, he is getting 5 marks, and for every incorrect question, he is negative marking of 2. And this gives rise to the total marks. So 5 of C minus this is equals to, right? So now I can transform this equation. If I do into 2, this is 2 of C plus 2 of I equals to 180. If I add these two, this get cancelled. So 7 of C equals to 7, 6, 1, 567. C equals to 7, it's a 56, 81. So the correct number of questions are 81. Incorrect number of questions will be 9. What is asked in the question? What is the number of incorrect responses? 9. Incorrect responses were 9. Okay. Now next question is based on the purity of a sample. Suppose you have a pure sample of 20 liters of liquid A and 4 liters of liquid A is taken out and it is replaced back with the same quantity of liquid B. Okay. Again 4 liters of mixture is taken out and replaced by same quantity of liquid B. This is happening the second time, right? What is the ratio of the quantity of liquid A to the quantity of liquid B? So the formula is quantity of pure liquid left. Matlab, initially if you had 20 liters, the quantity of pure liquid A left is what? This, by this formula. So initially the X initial amount, which was 20 liters, what you did was you replaced 4 liters each time from this 20 and you did this for 2 times. Okay, so this is the pure A left. If you solve this 20, this is 1 by 5. 1 minus 1 by 5 is 4 by 5. 4 by 5 into 4 by 5. So this is 4. 4 4 is 16. 64 by 5. This is 64 by 5 pure A left. So liquid B, that is 20 initial liters, 20 minus 64 by 5. This is 36 by 5. Right? Now what is asked is, what is the quantity of liquid A to that of the quantity liquid B in the final mixture? So quantity of liquid A in the final mixture is 64 by 5 and the quantity of liquid B is 36 by 5. If I reduce this, this becomes 64 by 36. This is 16 by 9 or 16:9. Right? So the answer is option C. So you have to remember this formula, right? Purity wala formula if such question comes in the exam. Okay? Chalo. Next. So here a condition is given to you where 30 gram of sugar was mixed in 180 ml of water. Okay? 30 gram. So A, 30 grams in 180 ml. That means 1 gram in 6 ml. For B, they did was 40 grams per 280 ml. That means 1 gram in 7 ml. For C, they did 20 gram in 100 ml. That means 1 gram in 5 ml. Right? So if you see the quantity of sugar in is maximum, the quantity is 1 gram, 1 gram, 1 gram in least number of liquid, right? So 1 is 1 by 5, 1 is 1 by 6, 1 is 1 by 7. If you compare, the concentration of sugar will be maximum in C, then it will be in A, and then it will be in B. So this is the sweetness order. The solution in vessel B, sweeter than the A, no. C, no. Sweeter than A, no. As sweeter as C, no. Less sweet than C, this is the correct answer. Sweetness order. Right? So this is the answer for this question. Okay? Now we are moving to PNC. Okay? Yahan pe there are some questions which are repeated now and then. So I am trying to solve those questions. Okay. जैसे कि a selection is to be made out of for a post of one post of principal and 2 posts of vice principal among the 6 candidates. So there are 6 candidates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are 6 candidates. Only 2 are eligible for the post of principal. Suppose these 2 are eligible for the post of principal. Okay. So while they all are eligible for the post of vice principal. So the limiting condition now is, so we can select principal from these 2 only. So first of all, we will select the principal. So how to select 1 out of 2? We have to select 2C1. We will select the principal first from the 2 people, right? Now after one selection, we are left with 5 people and we have to select 5 people and we have to select 2 out of them. We have to select 2 out of them. See? So 2 factorial upon 1 factorial into 1 factorial. कैसे आता है ये? 2C1 is nothing but 2 factorial upon 1 factorial into 2 minus 1 factorial into 5 factorial upon 2 factorial into 5 minus 2 का factorial. ठीक है? So this is nothing but 2 into 5 into 4 by 2. This is 20. There are 20 such cases in which you can select this. So here the answer will be none of the above. The selection of R things out of n distinct thing is NCR. Okay, this is the tool. Selection of R things from n distinct things. Selection of this is given by NCR. Okay, this is the selection based question. Next, one non-zero digit, one vowel and one consonant from the English alphabet in capital R to be used in forming a password such that, so there is a password with 3 positions. The first position used such that the password had to start with vowel, then number and end with consonant. Okay. So how many vowels are there? 5. How many consonant? 21. And we have to use non-zero digits. So how many non-zero digits are there? 9. So if you do the multiplication, you will get the total number. That is 945. So there are 945 passwords possible from the given condition. Okay. Next 2 questions are based on the geometry based question from PNC. So here the first question is, there is a condition given that a square ABCD, this is a square A, B, C and D, 1 point each on AB and CD, 1 point on AB and CD and 2 points on these sides. So in total there are 6 points. Now they have asked you how many triangles can be formed from these 6 points. So if 3 points are not collinear, then 1 triangle can be formed from them. 3 points are not collinear, that means 3 points are not like this on a same line, because then we can't form a triangle. Here no 3 points are collinear, that means we have to select any 3 to make a triangle. So we have 6. If we select 3 out of this, if we select any 3 out of this, we will get the triangles. So number of triangles will be 63, which is 6 factorial. This is nothing but 6 factorial upon 3 factorial into 6 minus 3 factorial, which is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial upon 3 into 2 into 1 into 3 factorial. This is cancelled. 3 into 2 is 6. So this is nothing but 20. So there are 20 such possible triangles. Okay, right? So 20 triangles are possible. Next, there are 4 horizontal lines. बहुत ही घटिया horizontal lines है. Let me draw it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 horizontal lines and 4 vertical lines. Okay, they are equidistant parallel to one another. What is the maximum? What is the maximum number of rectangles and squares that can be formed? So this is horizontal 1, horizontal 2, horizontal 3, horizontal 4. vertical 1, vertical 2, vertical 3, vertical 4. Now, if you select any of the two verticals or you select any of the two horizontals, you will get one rectangle or a square. Suppose if you select V3 and V4 and you select H1 and H2, so you will get this shape. Similarly, there are many possibilities. So you can select 2 out of 4 vertical and 2 out of 4 horizontals and you will get a rectangle or a square. So this is the number of cases. So 4C2 into 4C2. So 4C2 ka whole square. Now 4C2 is 4 factorial upon 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This is nothing but 4 into 3 into 2 factorial upon 2 into 1 into 2 factorial. Okay, a whole square. So this is 6 ka whole square. Number of rectangles and square we can form are 36. Okay, done. Let's move to the next question. What is the next question? A flag has to be designed with 4 horizontal stripes. 4 horizontal stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Using some or all of the colors red, green, yellow. What is the number of different ways in which you can this can be done so that no two adjacent stripes have the same color? So suppose for the first we have how many colors? 4 horizontal, red, green and yellow. There are 3 colors. So I can choose any of the 3. Now if I choose red, I have a constraint that I can't choose red here, right? So I will be left with 2 options. Suppose I choose green here. Green, okay. Now I can't choose green here, but I can choose red and yellow. So again I have 2. Similarly, I will have 2 options here also. So the total number of possibility is equals to 3 into 2 into 2 into 2, which is 24. So there are 24 such flags possible. Okay. Another type of question that can come is this. A bag contains 20 balls, 8 green, 7 white and 5 red. What is the minimum number of balls that must be picked up from the bag blindfolded without repeating of it to be assured of picking at least one ball from each color? So to be assured, we have to see the extreme case, extreme worst case. Okay. So extreme worst case can be, this is the number of minimum balls you need to pick so that you have one ball of each color. So extreme worst case can be you pick first 8 red balls, 8 green balls. You didn't pick any red or any white. So that is the 8 picks. Next, your picks are 7 white balls. Now you have picked 15 balls, still you are not sure that one of them is red, right? You can make this many attempts. Then in the next attempt, you will pick up one red. Now in this situation, you have one ball of each color and this is the worst case. So to be assured that you have balls of one color each, you have to pick up 16 balls at least. If you pick 16 balls, you will be sure that you have got one ball of each color. Okay. Chalo. Next question. A pie diagram shows the percentage distribution of proteins, waters, other dye elements in the human body. Given that the protein correspond to 16% and water correspond to 70%. That means 14 is left. That is other dry, right? If now here 1% is 18 by 5 degree. This is the conversion. Okay. Or you can say 1 degree equals to 5 by 18%. Okay. So this conversion is important. Here they are saying that if both proteins and the other dry elements correspond to P%, then what is the central angle of the sector representing this? So suppose this is the pie diagram. Okay. This is the water, right? This is 14%. This is 16%. Man lo, right? So we have to find this angle, right? So this is corresponding to 30 degree. Okay, 100 degree is 360 degree. So let it be x degree by unitary method, I will get this. Okay, so x is 360 into 30 upon 100. So 0, 0, 0 gone. So 108 degree. So the corresponding angle for P percent is 108 degree. Okay, 108 degree. Done. Chalo, next. This is one of the questions, PYQs, where they have asked you the relationship which lines are parallel. The first thing that is given to you, x is perpendicular to y. X is perpendicular to y, that means these lines are like this. If this is x, this is y. And parallel to z, and x is parallel to z. Right? Line u is perpendicular to line v and w. Okay? X is perpendicular to line v. X is perpendicular to line v, and v and w are parallel. Why? Because v and w are parallel. Why? Because this line u is perpendicular to both v and w. So this is u. So now we have group of parallel lines, which is x, z, u. This is one group, and another group is y, v, w. These are the parallel lines. So the D option is y, v, and w are parallel. So this is the correct. We have been asked that one of the following statement is correct. So option D is the correct answer. Done? Ho gaya? Let's move to the next. AB is a vertical trunk of huge tree. Suppose this is a vertical trunk, right? This is the ground. A being the point at the base. This is A, this is B. Right? Due to cyclone, it breaks from a point which is at a distance of 12. Point C at a distance of 12. Broken part is partially attached to the vertical portion and then trunk at C. If the end of the broken part B touches the ground at D, this falls and touches the ground at point D, which is at a distance of 5 meters. And we have been asked what is the total distance AB. So in this triangle, if this is C, A, C, D, CD square equals to AC square plus AD square. AC square is what? 12 ka square plus 5 ka square. This is 144 plus 25, which is 169 CD square. So from here CD equals to 13. CD equals to 13. Now AB is equals to AC plus CB. Okay, and CB is nothing but CD or CD, right? Okay, so this is nothing but 12 plus 13, which is 25 meters. The answer is option B, 25 meters. चलें आगे. Next. An agricultural field is in the form of rectangle having length x1 meters and x2 meters, where x1 plus x2 is x1 plus x2 is 40, right? Then the area of the agriculture field will not exceed. So we have to find the limiting condition. So this can be 1, this can be 39, so the area will be 39. This can be 2, this can be 38, so area will be 80 में से 4 minus कर दो 76. This can be 3, this can be 37, the area can be 111. If you continue this, there will be a point where you will have a square 400. This is the limiting case. Limiting case, right? This is the limiting case. That means यहाँ पे आपका जो area है that cannot exceed 400, right? ठीक है, चलो next question is a village having population of 4000 require this water. Okay, so a village having population 4000 requires 150 liters of water per day. Okay, if a tank measuring this, the water will last for, so 4000 people require 150 liters, okay, per head. This will suffice for D days. You have to know that 1 meter cube equals to 1000 liters. This is the conversion you should know. Okay, so this many water is required. This is the number of days it will suffice for, and the total volume is 20 into 15 into 6 into the 1000. This is the liters. Okay, अभी यहाँ पे 1000 से 1000 is gone, right? This is gone. 15 से 15 is gone. 4 से 4 is gone. यहाँ पे 1 हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे sorry 3 हो जाएगा. So the number of days is 3 days. It will suffice the village for 3 days. Option B. Okay. चलो next देखें. Now there are some data sufficiency questions. Right? So data sufficiency questions में the method is to check the individual statement separately, statement 1 separately, statement 2 separately. If you get a unique answer for the question from those statements individually, yeah, both of them individually, you can answer the option. Otherwise, you have to next step, in the next step, combine both the statements to check if you can answer the question or not, right? So this is the standard procedure in data sufficiency, and data sufficiency is important because last year also there were good questions from data sufficiency, around 8 to 9 questions, right? So let's see this question. What is the number is the question. The sum of the digits of the number is equal to the product of the digit. So how many such numbers are there? So basically they are saying A, B, C, sum of the digit of the number is equal to the product of the number. Basically, if the number is A, B, C, they are saying A plus B plus C is equals to A into B into C, right? So such numbers 1, 2, 3 can be one such number, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. Okay? So these are the numbers which are coming to my mind for the moment, right? The number is divisible by the sum of the digits. From these numbers, the number which is divisible by the sum is 6. The number divisible by 6 are 312. Okay? Other possibility of such number is 132. So we can't get a unique answer from statement 2. We can't get a unique answer from statement 1. And even if we combine these two statements, I still have two numbers. Okay? So what is the number? Can I answer this question? What is the number? Even by combining both the statements, the question cannot be answered. Okay? So this is the solution for this question. Next, let's look at this. Two statements are given. If n is a unique natural number between 10 and 20, then what is the value of n? So n is a prime number between 10 and 20. So this is 11, 13, 17, 19. 4 possibilities. Statement 1 is not answering your question. N leaves the remainder 1 when divided by 4. So what are the multiples of 4 in 10 to 12? 10 to 20? 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Another multiple is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. Right? So these are the numbers which will leave a remainder 1 when divided by 4. Now, even by combining both the statements, still I have two numbers left. So I can't answer what is n. It can be 13, it can be 17. So here also statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Data sufficiency checks if you know the data given is sufficient to answer the question or not, right? It is not necessary to get to the final answer. Even if while solving the question you get a feeling that now this data is sufficient. Suppose you get two linear equations and there are two variables. You know this will get solved, right? So no need to solve those equations. You know that the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Okay, let's look at another question. So this question is from reasoning, sitting arrangement. So here what they have seen is, they have asking is, what is the sitting, who is sitting on the immediate left of A? B is sitting opposite to C. So B is sitting opposite to C. This is given to you. D is sitting opposite to E. So now there are multiple possibilities. So from 1 we can't say this, and the statement 1 is not talking about anything about A. F is sitting on the immediate left of B. This is also not talking about A, but F is sitting to the immediate left of B. That means F is here. Now D is opposite to E, matlab D and E can be here and here. A is left. So by combining these two statements, I can make this diagram. Now, who is sitting to the immediate left of A? Immediate left of A, it can be D and it can be E. Even by combining both the statements, we can't answer this. Not sufficient. Okay. Let's move to the next. A question is followed by two statements. What is the unique value of X and Y? Okay. Here X and Y equals to 12. So possibility of X and Y is 1 and 12. Another is 12 into 1. Another possibility is 3 into 4 into 3. Another possibility is 6 into 2, 2 into 6. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे 6 possibilities are there. X by Y is odd, so there are multiple possibilities. 6 by 2, 15 by 3, 20 by 4, and so on. Right? But if I combine these two statements now and check from these numbers by where I will get X by Y as odd. So not divisible, not divisible. 12 आएगा यहाँ पे 1 by 12. No. 6 by 2, 2 by 6. Right? So only this is the case. Here 6 by 2 is odd, and also 6 into 2 is 12. So from this X equals to 6 and Y equals to 2. So by combining both the statements, I can get individual value of X and Y. Okay. So here the question can be answered by using both the statements together. Statements together. So this is the answer for this question. Right. Next. So in this question, consider the following statement in respect of two natural numbers P and Q such that P is a prime number and Q is a composite number. Can this be odd? So P, 3 can be one of this, and composite number 9. 3 into 9, 27 can be possibility, odd number. Yes, this can be a possibility. Q by P, a prime number. Okay, so 6, composite number है 6 divided by a prime number 2 will give you a 3. Can be a prime number. Yes, this can be a prime number. This is also a possibility. P plus Q can be a prime number. So here see, 2 is a prime number. 9 is a composite number. The sum is 11. 11 is a prime number. So this is also possible. So all the possibility are there. 1, 2, 3, all are possible. Okay. So we have covered 80 questions. Okay. Within these 2 hours, I have tried to cover questions from each and every important topic. I have tried to solve them in detail, right? Even after this, if you have some doubts, या फिर there are more questions you want me to solve, right? So you can connect with me here in this Telegram channel, okay? Apart from this, one important thing is this. What is this? This is CSAT Udan, right? This also has important PYQs with the formulas. You can revise your CSAT from this, okay? You can download it freely from the official website also. There are very important PYQs apart from this video. If you will solve these questions, that is sufficient. अगर आपने पहले अच्छे से तैयारी की है, right? So please revise it properly. Pick up CSAT Udan, solve the questions given there. Most of those questions are your important PYQs with important formulas, tricks, and all those things. Okay? Chalo, keep studying. All the best for your exam. I hope all of you clear the first stage this year, right? Okay, I'll be back with more content as and when required. All the best. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.